I want to cycle back to one thing that might be helpful for students. And it was a piece of advice that I got from my endocrinology teacher. And I think that was maybe second trimester or something like that. But endocrinology is a hard subject, right? Because he said something. He said, listen to me, you're not going to be able to memorize this stuff because it's just too much. And he said, you have to understand hormones, not memorize hormones. And he said, this is the biggest piece of advice that I can give you, is that don't cram for this stuff, because you may pass the test if you're lucky, but you're not going to remember it. And he was so right. He said, here's what I recommend that you do. Your hardest teachers are the ones you remember the most, right? Because they push you. And he said, I want you to take the notes that you took today and then go home and read them over once when you get home. And then when you come back to class, you're going to take the notes for that day. And I want you to go back and read the notes for the prior day plus today. And so by the time you get to the last class, you've read things so many times, and then you're going to start to be able to make connections into different things, right? And then I'll even say that to this day, that I think one of the biggest problems that we have with our technology is that we've lost the ability to actually physically write down things. And then so what I would tell people is that you're going to be able to understand and think better when you write stuff down and you sit down and you take out old school pen and paper and look at interactions and relationships and look at stuff every day and don't cram.